We have new information tonight in that mass shooting in downtown Sacramento. Police now say it was a gunfight between rival gangs that put some innocent people right in the crossfire.
Yeah, detectives saying today that there were at least 5 shooters. There were at least 2 groups of men involved in the shooting, and the evidence is pointing to gang violence. Now, we heard from Sacramento police today about these new developments in the K Street shooting investigation.
KCRA 3's Lizzie Mitri spoke with officers and joins us now live from downtown. Lizzie.
ED police confirmed that this deadly shooting here did involve people with gang ties. And we also talked to police and the mayor about the safety of downtown in light of all this. As police sort through more than 300 pieces of evidence from the large crime scene on Sunday in downtown Sacramento near 10th and K, they're now confirming what they believe was at the center of this shooting that killed 6 people and left 12 others injured.
We would like to confirm at this time that this shooting is gang related.
A shootout between at least 2 groups of men.
Based off of witness information, victim information, as well as the numerous videos that we have received, we believe at this point there are 5 shooters.
Police have only named 26-year-old DeAndre Martin as one of those accused shooters, saying they're still looking into the identities of the other 4. As of now, DeAndre's older brother, Smiley Martin, is just accused of having a machine gun, not actually firing it. In light of the gang violence, police say
we have a lot of our extra law enforcement resources in the downtown core. And we will continue to have a lot of downtown resources in that core area.
Mayor Daryl Steinberg says he believes the city is safe.
This terrible and unacceptable tragedy happened here, but it could happen anywhere.
He says the question is, how do we mourn, how do we reflect, and how do we go forward?
I think it is important that we live our lives, that we take precautions, that we be aware, obviously, always of our surroundings, that the city continue its investment in more street lighting, in more security cameras, in more security, and at the same time, come downtown and enjoy all the good and great things that are happening here. It's not one or the other.
We asked police if they were concerned about retaliation after this weekend's shooting. They said they don't specifically have any information that would give them cause for concern about gang violence and retaliation, but it is something they're thinking about, and they will have extra officers in the area for the time being. Live here in downtown Sacramento, Lizzie Mitri, KCRA 3 News.
Lizzie, did police give you any indication whether any of the people killed were also involved in that shooting?
They only said they're still working through those details. They told us, quote, "We haven't ruled it out and we haven't ruled it in."
Okay, so still waiting for answers on that. Lizzie, thank you.
Well, another man arrested after the shooting for carrying a gun when he wasn't supposed to have one made his first court appearance today, trying to hide behind that derby there. 31-year-old Davion Dawson is facing charges of illegally carrying a gun as a felon. As we reported yesterday, police say that the gun he had did not fire any of the shots that night and is not connected to the shooting. Still, Dawson's accused of being a felon in possession of a firearm. And outside court today, Dawson had nothing to say, but his mom tells us that she doesn't like the way that her son is being portrayed.
Only thing I have to say is that the news is blowing this out of proportion. They have my son down for a suspect in the shooting. My son didn't have anything to do with that. There was a shooting downtown. Everybody, myself, I have a gun too. Of course, I'm a run safe and trying to run for shelter. That's it.
Dawson was previously convicted and sentenced to 6 years for possession of a controlled substance and possession of a firearm by a felon. He was released from state prison to Sacramento County probation in August of 2020.
Community leaders and lawmakers gathered in Sacramento today to talk about what needs to be done to reduce and prevent violent crime. So far, they're saying the things we've heard many times before. It's going to take dedication, hard work, and more funding to address the root causes of violent crime.
We are coming together to call for a real infrastructure that addresses the needs of prevention at a local level. And we get the gravity of the cycles of trauma that continue to impact our communities. We can tell you firsthand, as organizations that have been on the ground, that we have been calling for this for decades, and unfortunately our calls have been ignored.
Advocacy organizations are requesting more than $3 billion worth of investments to rapidly expand crime prevention programs. Our coverage of Sunday's mass shooting in downtown Sacramento continues on our KCRA 3 app.